All right, we made it home. Took us 12 and a half hours on the way back, so we beat it by an hour. Made one less stop and went a little faster in California. Did about 1,700 miles. So she's all tucked in for the night. And this week's project is to figure out why she didn't want to start for me. So hopefully it's something simple and it just needed to get dried out after going through that rainstorm. And hopefully it didn't take out a box or anything like that. So over the next few days, I'll try to get out here and figure out what the heck's going on. But overall, good trip. Sucks that I couldn't get Scarlett fired up, but still had a good time watching everybody make passes. Got some good video. But yeah, so hopefully next time I go out there, get Scarlett started up and hopefully at some point get a full cover for this that I can tow with. So that way, if I go through a rainstorm or something, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, thanks, and until next time. All right, it is Wednesday evening. Just got back Sunday from the Jetson wine deal. And I haven't done anything to the boat, haven't even washed it off, so I want to see if this thing fires after it's been sitting dry, or sitting and drying, shall I say. And see if it fires off after sitting here doing nothing for a few days in the dry Arizona weather. So my garage is filthy. All right, so let's see what it does here. See if I gotta motor it over for some fuel pressure first, because I got a mechanical fuel pump. All right, got fuel pressure. It's slowly dropping, so it's still filling some bowls. All right. See if we can knock the Scarlett flag off the wall here. All right, see if it fires up here. Let's see, that's good, that's good. Jet away. A lot of you guys ask, how am I able to idle it? Or people give everybody a hard time that when I post up the idling videos, it's because we got a jet away, so it's basically putting it in neutral. So we're not spinning the pump. Let's see if this thing fires off here. Give it a little bit more fuel here. Usually it fires off really quick, so. I wanted to there for a second. All right, it should have fired off by now, so I'm gonna dig into this a little bit. I got another box sitting somewhere, so I'll probably do that, but let's dig into it a little bit here. All right, got my spare box here. I'm not gonna fully install this. I'm just gonna plug it in and zip tie it. No sense in fully installing this thing if it ain't gonna work. All right. Just have a zip tied up here, so let's see if that works. Well, that ain't it either. So I guess next I'm gonna take off my breather. That way I can pop the cap and see if there's any condensation underneath the distributor cap. So we'll do that next. And I think I've shown you guys this before. This is my poor man's AN wrenches, because these are like size 14 or 16 and my AN wrench only goes to 12, so I just wrap electrical tape around it so I don't bust or scratch the fittings. Oh, and of course that fitting's slipping. That's in there. There we go. But yeah, poor man's AN wrenches. And it's like what, August 8th here? I think it's like 95 degrees today. Ugh, it's still hot. But I think after today we drop down into the 80s. So hopefully start cooling off here. Take the boost reference off. Got a new boost reference hose on here because last one cracked, and of course new hoses a pain to get off. All right. Add that to the junk pile over here. So, Alright, let's see if there's any condensation or what this looks like. Well, that's dry. Well, that's no good. Not being very helpful here. Yeah, this looks good and dry. Well, shit. Well, it's not that. So let's do some more looking here. Alright, it's the next morning. Had dinner with the wife and stuff last night. Took the distributor cap off. Cleaned up some of the contact points in there. Distributor cap looked good. There was nothing major in there. So just checked everything over. Cleaned up the contacts in there. Hooked up the original box again, since the second box didn't work either, or didn't help. So see if it fires up here. Well, I didn't think that was going to help, and obviously it didn't, so on to the next phase of testing here. Alright, the ignition saga continues. So I was gone for a week because I had to go out of town for work. So I borrowed my buddy's MSD tester here. Before this, I checked everything out individually. I got plenty of power coming here. I don't have any voltage drop. I changed boxes. I changed coil. I ohmed out the pickup that's in the distributor. Everything test individually. Okay, so this is basically going to test out everything but the pickup in the distributor. So you just turn this little knobby. Oh. So it's got to be the pickup in the distributor, even though it ohms out good. That's basically the only thing I can think of that would be causing this, because I'm not getting any spark when I'm turning it over. But obviously the box and the coil and everything works. So that's the only thing I can think of is something in the distributor, which really the only thing in there. It's spinning. It's not like broken in or anything. It's spinning when I turn it over. The cap looks good. So the only thing I can think of is the pickup, even though it's ohming out good. So that's where I'm going to go next, is getting a new pickup for the distributor. So yeah, anyways, yeah, this is pretty neat. First time using that little tester. I like that. I might have to get me one, or just borrow it from my buddy again later. So, all right. Well, I'm gonna order one of those pickups, or borrow a distributor off a buddy, because I don't have a spare distributor. I have a spare everything else. But yeah, we'll go from there. Well, she's finally alive again. All right, here's the whole story with it. So I went down an ignition rabbit hole because I hooked up my timing light and I wasn't always getting a spark on my number one, a spark plug wire. So went down that rabbit hole for probably a week between borrowing parts and borrowing MSD testers and different stuff. Well, I had a buddy come over today, bring a couple extra parts, and he brought his MSD timing light with him, and everything was working. And he told me he bought the MSD one for the MSD ignitions because some of the other ones would occasionally not flash on them, which is exactly what I was doing. So once we verified everything was good, we did get it to fire off very briefly earlier today. So when we knew it wasn't ignition, or didn't seem like it was ignition, we went gas route. Pulled some gas out, and it smelled weak. Didn't smell, that really strong gassy smell. So let it sit for a while. It didn't separate, but there was a lot of movement in the gas. So drained it, pumped everything out of the boat, purged all the tubings, or all the fuel lines, purged the carburetor bowls, then went and got about 7 gallons in each tank, and then came home, purged it again, emptied the bowls, all the bowls about 3 times. After that, gave it a bunch of gas and fired right up. Shut it down, just did a normal start without giving it any gas, and it starts like it always does. Nice, first time, like she always does. So first time dealing with some bad gas, and I need to get an MSD light now, timing light, because the one I have, it's not super cheap. I think it was like $160 or something like that, but anyways, got to do that now. Alright, sorry about that. Kid came out, friends drove by, wanted to say hi. So yeah, I got to get an MSD light now, timing light, so I don't go down this rabbit hole anymore. And yeah, that was fun. First time having to deal with some bad gas, but got it fixed just in time. Got a trip to Needles tomorrow for the final AZ Jet Boats meetup, so I got to leave now. I was supposed to leave today, but now I got to leave at like 4:30 in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, anyways, that was fun, and hopefully I don't have bad gas again, but at least next time, hopefully I'll have an MSD timing light to double check the ignition, and it won't take so long this time. So, all right, till next time.